that on the blue line, you'll see that second green. You can we'll go live here and then we can share, but we're not live on. They can't see. Well, they can hear us. Whatever. There it is. Man, this is a trip. It's kind of weird having you on the show.
What is your nationality?
Hawaiian, Samoan, and Chamorro. Do you remember those amphitheaters? We used to do those like
Yeah.
prep rallies where the dancers we used to come out and dance and
You
shit.
was one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was the one that started that club there with
Okay.
my cousin AJ. Remember
Yeah,
AJ Blunt?
That's the homie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah.
dang. I just went to Hawaii for the first time, bro, and got
For real?
stuck. It was during the hurricane, or fake-ass hurricane. It wasn't even no hurricane. Psyched us out. I ain't never been in no hurricane before. I didn't know how to react. I was like, chilling, like, oh, this ain't shit. There ain't gonna be nothing. Then I went to Walmart, and all the aisles were emptied. I'm like, oh, this shit. Maybe they're right, and I'm wrong right now. Got me a loaf of bread. I'm like, I'm gonna thug it out. Let's go.
Hey, that's funny because the first time, so I went to Saipan in Guam for the first time recently. And we went to Saipan, his home island. We ran into like a typhoon, a tropical storm / typhoon hurricane, bro.
Fuck that.
I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Hey, shake the ground. Don't do this. I don't want you to see fucking shit flying in the fucking wind.
No. I'm San Diego spoiled. Please
Yeah.
believe that.
Fucking see like a chicken fly by.
For doghouse just flew by your window.
Right. So I try to go to a different place every year for my birthday. You know, travel somewhere I haven't been before. First year I started this, it was Puerto Rico. I'm new to doing this. This ain't been like a thing forever. So I go to Puerto Rico. When I left, 2 days later, her big ass hurricane hit. Bam. Next year I go to Hawaii. When I get there, hurricane there. I'm like, oh, bro, is it following me? Is my mom Storm from the X-Men? What's really good? What's going on? What is the real? So, yeah.
How long you been doing that?
This is a few years. Like, this is the third year.
Okay.
But I've been to Puerto Rico again this year. But for my birthday, I'm going to Jamaica. I'm leaving in 2 weeks. I'm going to Jamaica for 10 days.
Don't go to DR.
Don't go to the DR. No. Don't go to the DR.
If you do, drop your pin.
No, just don't go to the DR right now. I see the homegirl, you know how people post they flick when they're out of town and shit, like it look good, and everybody, no. I see that, I say, hey, be safe. This was yesterday. She's in the DR. I'm like, that. No, I'm okay. It could be propaganda. It could be whatever. All I know is I'm not going right now. This needs to die down.
Yeah, it needs to calm down a little
It
bit.
ain't even rich people getting kidnapped. It's just random. Hey, what's your name, Lolita? Come here. No mas. Hey, close your book. It's done.
People from their own hometown.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's like July or something.
They got David Ortiz?
Yeah, they shot him in the restaurant.
For real?
Yeah,
Let's
they
do,
walked
what's
up
it
on
called?
him,
Let's do
shot him,
Guam
and
Group.
left.
Bruh. I'm okay. Hell no. Slim 400 just got shot 8 times.
10.
Yeah,
10 hits.
bro. I see him pray for Slim 400. I'm like, no, what? I'm searching what happened.
Yeah, I posted that the other morning, or yesterday morning, I think. I was
That
like,
just happened.
pray for Slim. Somebody commented, I seen a comment, somebody commented like, oh, 50 Cent mad right now, he beat his record. I was like, what the fuck?
All right, we good. Let's do this. All right, we got it.
La 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 long long long.
Start out with the toast.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm sipping my shot. There's some left.
It's all good.
ParBar, baby.
Cheers, cheers, cheers. It's Sunday. Let's get this up.
Is ParBar 2 words on Facebook? One word. Ain't popping up. That's more important. Oh, there you go. Boom. On it. Hey. Get it.
All right, we good. Sorry. Vince T's out the building.
What's up, guys? What's up, everybody? What it do? Cheers. You're on Island Block Radio, powered by Dash.
What's up, everybody? We're back at the ParBar, and you're on Island Block Radio, powered by Dash. I'm your host, Mr. Rich D. And Mr. Vince T is now at the fair because he's out there trying to win a bear or some shit.
Some kind of like a Teletubby or something. I don't know.
But in the meantime, in between time, I got my boy Twisted up in the house.
What it do?
And at the bar, man, we got a special guest. Actually, we got two special guests, but I don't know if the one's going to talk. Mr. Armand King, though, is one of them.
What's happening?
He's injured.
Yeah, he's mentally affected.
You on the bench right now?
Hey, this is a hell of a bench to be on, son.
That's his injury. That's his
Injury list.
Yeah,
You hanging out with we have some champs right now. But man, so we got Armand King here. We have a lot to get to, so I think we're gonna kind of skip that weekly catch up. Because my boy Armand, actually, we went to high school together.
Yes, sir.
Here in San Diego, California. For those who are listening out there, but and for those, I think we kind of talked about it really in our past, maybe season 1, season 2. That I mean, San Diego has it's definitely its ups, right? I mean, definitely its ups. But there's a time period that San Diego had some downs, and it was a good stretch of like maybe the early 90s to maybe like the late 2000s. What do you think? Like mid 2000s?
Yeah.
Early 2000s?
Yeah.
Something like that.
It was kind of turned up.
It was getting a little crazy out here. But I mean, like in that time too, we also had CIF champs. We had some good points in there, but anyway. So the point, right, that we're getting to is he runs Paving Great Futures. Paving Great Futures. I want to make sure I say that clearly and distinctly. That's a association here in San Diego, and they're trying to help our youth succeed, whether it be on the financial tip, the technology tip, the rap game, the music industry. I'm going to say rap game. I'm going to say music industry. Whether it be whatever you're doing. But just to give them a pedestal to kind of step on, get up there to have the game leveled out for them, not just on the sports level, but also on the academic and just life in general. Would you agree with that?
Life, hey, summarize it right there. Just life.
Just life in general.
Life in general.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Paving Great Futures, and then we can get into the past. But tell us a little bit about your company that you're now. Is it a company?
It's a 501c3 nonprofit organization. I am one of 3 co-founders of Paving Great Futures. All 3 of us were born and raised right here in Southeast San Diego. We are natives. We are close to the pain. We are close to the voice of the voiceless ones that are out here, because we grew up in these neighborhoods, so we know the needs directly. So started off there. So when Paving Great Futures came into play in 2012, when we started. We actually got our nonprofit status in 2013. Right. We've been active without rest since 2012. Our team has been right here, really new to this. No one really just came and just taught us, but we have had great mentors thrown our way. God has delivered great people in our past to help us do things correctly, because we didn't want to get out here and start this organization that's based on helping people and then it fall off.
Right. And that's really the hard part, right?
Up.
That's the hard part, is to make sure it continues.
Right. That's what everything, longevity, that's that marathon.
You ever have that moment when you see some, like in the beginning, you have like a kid looking at you and you're like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to help you. And then you actually see like productivity of that growth. And then you're like, damn, it's working. I can't stop, son.
It feels good, man.
I can't stop.
Can't stop.
Yeah.
Knowing that, just thinking like, okay, you got to think, not no ego, nothing, but it's like, if you weren't here, would there be a replacement for what you're doing to help people's lives? Well, my piece of the puzzle. If my partner Jay wasn't there, if Barry wasn't there, if Ebony wasn't there, if all these different pieces of the puzzle, if we weren't there, it'd be something missing.
Right.
All of us have value. All of us bring value and can contribute to this right now to help and save lives. No matter what it is, there's no part too small, bro. You know what I mean? It's like a football team. We all have our different positions to play, but you think the water boy's insignificant, but try having that game with no water boy. Yep. Being dehydrated. The cheerleaders are important. We're all important. You know what I mean? For real. So
no, and I hear that. When you going back to like a little bit of high school, a little bit of the history, and this is before we get into like more of the foundation. I used to see Armand around school, and we talked about this a little bit before we got on the radio. We used to have fun. Like I used to always see him have fun. He always used to smile, big cheese. You knew who Armand was because Armand wanted to be known. He wanted to make sure everyone knew who Armand was. You know what I'm saying? Like, right?
yes.
But it wasn't like in a bad way. It's just like, hey, I'm Armand, man. I like to smile and just want to make sure you laugh. But there's always like a hidden agenda right in the back. There's always like maybe not hidden agenda, but there's always like a side hustle that was working with your time, right?
Shoot, yeah, I'm a hustler.
You were practicing your game is what it was.
I'm a hustler, man. I'm a make a way out of no way. You know what I mean? When you see me in high school, you know, behind the scenes, you're not knowing that, like this young man that's in high school is living in his and paying rent in his own apartment. You know what I mean?
And that wasn't
with
just
the
with
roommate
you.
That goes, nah,
and that wasn't just with you. That was also with everybody. Like everybody, like had these side hustles. You just showed it. You just showed it pleasantly, right? Like
I'm a pleasant hustler.
Yeah, pleasant. Like,
yeah.
Hey, let me smile while you like why? Hey, man, just buy this. It's $5.
Bruh, 2 for $10.
That's what I'm saying. But it sounds good.
I was selling tiger muffins in 11th grade too.
Dude.
Come about the hungry
And
tiger.
that's the thing,
Woo,
bro.
Had him tucked in the apron. Come out, meet Vern when Vern coming up because he got the Mad Dog 2020. So first we was shift.
Shut the.
I gave him the tiger muffins. He slid me the bottle of Mad Dog that he just hit the lick for. So he come in with that. Boom, I'm good for the day. Sell some more tiger muffins. Let the day's begun.
So how much were you taking off the top of the tiger muffins, Brian?
I don't remember, bro. I don't remember the price. I think I was selling them at cost. Oh. Because kids just didn't have, I don't know what I was selling them for, but it was free to me. I was the cook.
You know what I mean? It's crazy because tiger muffins, they still to this
They're
day,
on point today.
till this fucking day.
Is it still there?
Yes.
I
Yes.
was just there
Yes.
the other day
Yeah.
and it looked like it was gone.
No, it's still there.
Still
They
there.
moved it. They just
Mr.
got a
Rollins,
whole
hey,
brand
Mr. New
deal.
Gary
Oh,
Rollins, he
that's
told
why.
me.
Yeah.
He told me it's still there. So.
Yeah, it's the new and improved tiger muffin.
Yeah.
So okay, so 2012, this gets established, and this is for the foundation of the youth. You figure like what's the word?
And
You
we
you
honestly didn't start off like just for the youth. We started off this for the community. Even though and some people, they see us with maybe more men involvement, but it was never like this is a men's group. It was never like this is just for black people. It was like this is for the hood. We need to help the hood. We need to fill in these gaps that are missing right now and help the hood. And our first actual classes started off with ages 17 to 35. You know what I mean? It was not about necessarily the kids. We concentrated more on young adults for a long time and then started dealing. But it's like once you start helping with these problems, you like start going down the rabbit hole. This problem's connected to this problem. You start helping with homelessness, but homelessness connected to this and that, and it's like all this web of just problems. So we actually at a point had to just stop taking on different things so we could focus and concentrate on select problems.
I got you.
The issues.
Too much stuff on one
So
plate.
so when you started connecting all those problems, like you're like, well, let's create this for this, and then you start seeing problems. You're like, and like, does it ever hit you in the back of the head like, oh shit, that was my fucking problem back in the day?
100%.
Because I never had that.
100%. Like that's what the beauty of us, like, bro, like if we haven't been there directly ourselves, we somebody in our family or whatever, like most of these problems that homies have and people have grown up in the hood, they're not isolated. You're not the only one that's gone through this.
Right.
So also know there's also people that have gone through your same situation or worse and have made it through. So if that person made it through, this ain't no X-Men, this ain't no super, this no mutant. If they were able to make it through, know that you can too. And oftentimes we give up as a people and don't think we can actually make it through because our situation is so bad. We focus, concentrate, and push. And you can make it through. You feel me?
Does it ever? Do you ever have these situations where you have kids come in? They're like, nah, man, like you don't understand. You don't understand my situation. And they're like, and then you or Jay,
Right.
or BJ,
Right.
come up and like, bro, you don't understand what our situation was in the '90s, early 2000s, and instead of like dropping all the hard hammers on them, you're just like, let me just curve my brain, and let me just help him understand that we can understand his situation, and let me just help him. Or do you just drop the hammer like, you don't know, motherfucker?
So honestly, I haven't had that person come to me like that yet, and I think as you're saying it, I'm like, because I know that's common, like someone saying, "Oh, you don't understand where I came from."
Yeah.
So like, I believe why that hasn't come my way is because, like, say with our classes, say with our when we're mentoring, we start off hood,
Right.
so you don't have the second to think we didn't come from where you come from, because that's how we introduced ourselves. So it's like, I'm not opposed to you like social worker Adam. I came at you like,
Hey, motherfucker.
I came at you like,
Bitch, you ain't shit.
I came at you like, we came at you like big homie from the block from the jump.
Yeah.
What's happening? Oh, what? Might have put up on you with some Nipsey Hussle quote. You know? Like, so you don't have the second to think he don't understand, because it's a recognition.
Right.
You don't have to wonder, is this person from where I'm from? You know what I mean? And then we start off like even in our classes, because we want people comfortable and not feeling like. And the good thing with San Diego, like our hoods, like it's so small, like everybody knows everybody in some kind of way.
Right.
So it's not like we're hidden either.
Right.
Like most of the young kids who we deal with, like we know their parents. We grew
Right.
up together, or they know of us in some kind of way. You know what I mean? And then the older folks that come, they know us. We know each other. So it's like we're one big family. We may have different names, but we're just the organization that's utilizing our platform to help bring the family together.
Okay, so I want to jump on that, that bring the family together, because I hear that a lot. But before we get to that, once again, guys, you guys are on Island Block Radio, powered by Dash. Once again, this segment is brought to you by Paving Great Futures with Armand King. They have an event coming up this weekend, and it's sponsored by them. So what's the event coming up?
Absolutely, this is the 6th year of the Four Corners of Life celebration on the corner of Euclid and Imperial. It goes from 1 to 6. You have live jazz, line dancing, you have capoeira, you have rap, you have you name it, free food, different vendors, all kind of entertainment, comedy. Just we're celebrating life in the community. Far too often we actually, in a sick way, celebrate death. That's been known as the Four Corners of Death for
forever.
a long time, even though no one's even really died there in over a decade. Yeah. But we keep that stigma going, and words are powerful. So we change that, because there's so much life and good stuff going on in our community, and if that's not being recognized and that's not being put on a plateau, then we can't wait or rely on the news to come cover the good stuff that's going on in the community. That will never happen.
Exactly.
We need to create our own media. We need
Right.
to broadcast our own things that are going on. I'm not the one to wait for people. So we as Paving Great Futures and other collaborative community organizations are doing great work. Shouts out to Pillars, I'm my own blessing. I'm my brother's keeper, and many others doing great work, great people. We put this event on every year. There's gonna be a dunk tank this year too, and I'm gonna be in it. You know
What?
Yeah, $100 of auto. No, I mean, no.
It's $100 well spent, folks.
Well spent.
Yeah, so that's the thing, right? So when you said bringing families together, bringing the community together,
Right.
When I saw that Four Corners of Life, I knew it as Four Corners of Death. I think a lot of us know it out there in San Diego. Yeah. I mean, definitely a bad area. What was the thing that brought to you? You're like, you and your team one day sitting there, like, you know what? Let's change that. Let's change that area.
It came before us. There's people like Mario Tawul Baraka from Imperial Barbershops, people like him, and maybe a couple other people I've heard from, OGs before our time, and that was already starting at Four Corners of Life and saying it. Stacy Butler, before we came there, OG, he was on that corner promoting peace and having the signs. He was doing that for a long time.
Why does that sound familiar?
And
Stacy
now-
Butler.
He was a big case.
OG.
Yeah,
He's
he's the
you know,
old case.
so he came out and he been doing that, pushing that line of positivity and gang unification right there on that corner. You know, you got the homie Big Bro Musla who's been out there regularly. So this has been an ongoing thing. It has not just been a Paving Great Futures thing, and we utilize that spot because it's landmarked to Four Corners of Death.
You want to change that stigma.
There's not too many places with names like that and brands like that in the hood. So it's kind of like a central point right there, that busy intersection. You know, you do have major sets to to the corners. So it's kind of that staple in the community. So we chose that as a place to add some positivity and light to, because it's not a bad place. We are impoverished. It is poor people there, but not bad people. You know, you got victims of their situation and circumstances that's living over there and making the best of it. And you have great people that have come from them corners that we don't necessarily know or hear about. Great things great people, great things, great ideas come from there. We're just celebrating it.
I appreciate that, man. I think that's great. Like I said, I've been following, for those who are listening right now on the radio show or on live. I've been following Armand for a long time. Him and his team have been out there, and you guys do your turkey drive there,
Right.
And actually, we drove by it. And you know what? Okay, maybe this might be fucked up, but I was like, I just want to drive by and grab a free turkey real quick and see if this shit's real.
You could have.
You know what I'm saying? Like I could have.
Yeah,
I'm saying like I just want to see if this shit's for real. Like, you know what I mean? Like this was like a year ago or maybe 2 years ago. I was driving to the Guam Club. The Guam Club's over there.
Okay.
The sons and daughters of the Guam Club, and but I saw you handing them out. Oh man, and I honestly, honest to God, brother, I was so proud of you and BJ and Jay. I keep on want to call him
Rashi.
Yeah, Rashi. Like I still want to call him Rashi. I was like, but that's I was so proud of you guys at that moment, because you guys took something that was not necessarily, I don't know. It was bad. It was bad. I mean,
right.
Sometimes we try to play it down.
Right.
Like it's Southeast. It's just how it was. But I mean, shit was bad at one point. Right. You know what I mean? Like it was bad.
It was bad, but you took something that had a bad stigma to it, and you're trying to turn it into something positive.
100%.
Yeah.
And you're doing it.
Yeah.
And you're doing it with probably some people like saying like, hey, I don't know, man. Like it's just, you might be wasting your time. Does anybody ever give you that?
No.
In the beginning.
No. I wouldn't even hear them if they did. And they like we're real ones. Like. You want that conversation?
With your boys, are you doing it with
now?
now? Yeah, with your boys, you're doing it now with Jay, BJ. Who's the fourth person?
So we have multiple people. Really, our team. There's nothing. Just understand this too. There's nothing epic, nothing great. And we're going for great shit right now. Nothing great in the where we're trying to get to can be done by one individual. I might be out there more vocal, be it facing, but it's not an Armand show. And it's not about to ever be an Armand show. It's the mission's bigger than the individual. And we got a team of great people, and everybody plays their role to make this shit happen.
Right.
There's no way I could do it by myself. Jesus had the disciples. You know what I mean? Everybody, it's a team. You know what I mean? And that's how organizations that were doing good maybe in the past, because the individual, they get big-headed, and they start thinking they the one. You feel me? Yep. Stuff like that.
Yeah, like Mark Zuckerberg.
Hey.
I'm like, look at that Facebook Live right now.
That billionaire can think whatever the hell he wants. He made it happen. Hey, God damn it, he could buy this city. But nah, he good. Matter of fact, he just, about his Hawaiian situation?
Yeah, that was 3 years ago. I think he gave up on that venture.
Did he?
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations. Because I thought he was a good soul. So when I start hearing the situation, I'm like, you can't just allow that.
When you have property people, you know how those guys are. You know what I mean? They're selling property and they ain't really telling you all the truth.
Right.
It's like, oh yeah, well, it's just some of the locals. Like motherfucker.
This ain't eminent domain, man. It's not gonna happen.
Nah.
The realtor was like, oh, I don't know, Mark did it. He was the one saying it.
Blame the rich curly head guy.
The one that wrote the check.
So tell me a little bit. Okay, so that's a little bit of the history of it.
Right.
Little bit. I mean, and that's definitely within like a snapshot.
Yep.
But you also have your current situations, which you guys are in. You guys are doing like
that
really well.
Like a bad relationship.
Your
current situation.
Oh no, your current is great. I think your current is great, right?
Yeah, single.
So
wait, go ahead.
wait, we're doing a dating show now. Hold on. His name is Armand King.
And he likes long walks on the beach.
Not really.
No.
Short
He
ones
loves
with
Hennessy,
a
though, I'll
bar-
tell you that.
With a bar right after. ParBar. Hashtag.
So the current situation right now is that you guys have champs running. You have champs. That's the current program. You have one going at Bell. You have one that's your audio, and is it also visual?
I'm just really amazed at how much you know on current. You're there.
Oh, I'm
You're
telling you,
smart.
bro. I follow
No,
you.
are right.
No,
So-
I follow you, bro.
Yeah,
like,
right. So-
I want my kids, like some of the kids that who are in my program, because we have Erentia. We do. I have about 120 students, and they're not all the best kids. You know what I mean? There's
They're
some
good.
knuckleheads.
They're good kids. But
You know
yeah,
what I mean? But
they need some guidance.
when I can't help them, their parents can't help them. What I say is like, hey, like I swear to you, I say you need to go down this program, champs. I feel like that will help you.
So if you ever want us to, we can maybe come visit.
Yeah.
And we'll explain, or even if it's a one-on-one, whatever, so we can, because they can actually get a feel, and I probably could let them know a little bit more, because understanding communication is everything. And like I know me, if at a young age, if you were just telling me go to this program and I need what
They're gonna save you.
right. Like let
don't
me
need
know
no
more about
saving.
it. You know what I mean? Yep. So I'm willing to come in. You know, anybody from our team is willing to come in and talk to.
Dude, I would love
that.
that. I have a couple. I mean, I'm not saying they're bad kids. I think it's just like
They're criminals.
yeah,
It's like, no, I'm joking.
You know what I mean? Like they just want. They don't want to hear the next. Maybe they don't want to hear me say it.
Right. And that's the thing, too. They'll start looking at you like your big bro. And like, when you get that parental figure, it's like parents can be saying all the right stuff in the world. You know, my mom told me all the best things. And it didn't go in one ear and out the other. It stayed in that little black box in the back of my head.
Yeah.
That box didn't open. It had a time lock on it. It didn't open until I was 30. I was like, oh, shit. My mom.
Hey, bro, is that the weirdest shit?
me
Is that the weirdest shit?
She
Because
said
that shit
stay
happened
away
to me
from
too.
girls like that. You know what I mean? She said those weren't really your homies, but I'm them the homies. They're not the homies.
It takes somebody outside of that
Right.
to say the same thing.
Same thing.
And that's the frustrating thing as a parent.
Right.
Is when you see that, or even as a coach, coach of
yeah.
baseball. So it's the same thing as a coach. You got that one kid on the team. You're telling him everything he's supposed to be doing,
Right.
and he's just looking at you like.
Yeah.
But then you get another person come up and tell them the same thing. They're like, "All right," and they're all about it.
So
and it's
check
the
this
most
out.
frustrating thing.
It's frustrating, but check this out. So now me and you as adults have been through the shit. We're
Right.
here. We're at a different stage in our life. We and you both understand that to be a fact.
Yep.
So
Yes.
now
it's
if
effective.
we really want to save this kid's life, and we know that's a fact, so now our job is to figure out
Who's his
that
best outlet.
person.
Yeah.
Let's get that person and not always try to be that person.
Right.
Because me and you both, we agree 100% on what you just said. So now I know that as my hair is getting grayer and I'm getting older and I'm becoming that pop, that counselor,
Right.
I need to get my next level young homies on the right path and page so they can help the next generation and help the next generation. Because when you're in the hood, you're looking up to and listening to the person that's slightly older than you, still cool, still current on the hit wrong what rap music you listen to. You're
Because they
listening.
relate.
That's the person you're looking up to, bro.
Look up to Big Bro.
You looking up to Big Bro, even though you know what I mean. So it's generations, right? And to stop this cycle of death and incarceration, we got to hit every fucking level,
Right.
okay? So it's not just help the kids. It's
Yeah.
not just and forget about
Yes.
this.
Also
middle
help your brothers right next to you that are just new parents are getting frustrated. They can't figure it out.
because they didn't have a dad. How you gonna figure out something that you was never shown?
Yep.
You know, we out here screaming no deadbeats in the set. Me and my friends, we had what? No, I'm the only one that had a partial dad. I'll call him a partial dad around. My homies didn't have no dad.
Yeah.
They had to learn. Who taught them how to parent correctly? Nobody. Yeah. But I love what's happening now because more men are being real fathers right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's amazing. So we gonna change this shit around. It gonna happen overnight. The problem.
So let me
was
ask you about that.
overnight.
Let me before we go into our next break.
Tell me to shut up sometimes.
No. Before we get into the next break, so they had that thing about like they have it going around. Maybe it's been a year. Masculine.
Toxic masculinity.
Yeah, toxic masculinity.
Okay.
And someone told me that, and I said, well, all you need is a mature man to be there, and then that's where it changes. Do you believe in toxic masculinity, or do you think it's just
Yeah, I believe in toxic masculinity.
what is it though?
It came from a toxic ass environment that started off hundreds of years ago from a toxic ass situation of people coming to a country that did not belong to them, bringing people as slaves, terrorizing indigenous people, raping women, taking people, killing people, murder, just destruction to civilizations, and starting even the women that they brought over was second class. Some savagery happened towards women way back then. This is not new. This is not a new occurrence of toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity came into this United States of America and terrorized this country.
So what do you
and
think?
We are on the remnant of that now. So all of this is learned behavior. Porn, human sex trafficking, this is learned behavior by the people that live here now.
So how do you think we fix some of that within our own culture?
It's going to take us as individuals to start teaching our kids different and better. That's it. That's all we can control.
So masculine, like responsible masculinity.
And I don't see, if you concentrate on negative, you're going to get more negative. So I try not to even use the words toxic masculinity. I teach positive masculinity. Because if I teach you how to be a positive man, you end up being a positive man, then there's no room for the toxic. So I'm not even going to concentrate on how to make you not toxic. I'm fighting against a system that made women like they're trash. They're bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. That's been embedded into my brain since a kid. When I'm silly putty, when I don't even have an example of what a real man is, because my dad was toxic, because he had no dad, and this cycle just continued and continued. So this shit is on us to make things better. So once we realize that, if you don't move forward and teach your kids better, you're the problem. You're the problem. And if you're the homie of somebody who ain't doing right by his kids, you part of the problem too.
And with that being said, once again, you're on Island Block Radio, Pulse of the Pacific, where paradise lives. Man, once again, we are here with Armand King of Paving Great Futures. And if you're joining our live feed, man, it's intense. But I love it because that's what we need here anyway in our community. We always talk about it. Sometimes, I mean, this is a conversation actually that does come up at bars or your normal barbecue. The things you were talking about, I definitely agree with, man. And
and in 5 seconds of being around you, I love how you are with your kids. You can already tell, bro. Keep
thank you,
bro.
man. Appreciate that.
On everything.
Yeah.
Those ones aren't his.
Hey,
motherfucker.
Hey, and if that's the case, I respect you
even more, son. What's happening?
There you go.
You know,
hey, that was an upgrade.
Yeah.
And shout out to those fathers those ain't your kids and you being a real dad to them, man.
Yeah, for real.
So
hand clap.
let me ask you. Do you have any Islanders over there at the Champs program or at the library with you guys?
Yes.
You do
Right now, currently in the Champs program
Nice.
as we speak. There's
as leaders
so
or as students?
as students right now.
Okay.
As students. Yeah.
Man, because I'd like to be part of the program. I'd like to help some with some leadership.
Hey, it sound good out your mouth. Come on and get off the couch.
No shit.
Hey,
Don't test me, motherfucker. I'll be right there.
Test it. Pull up, homie.
Well, challenge accepted. Here it is. Right now, Island Block Radio. I'm about to be part of all Paving Great Futures.
Say that then.
Yeah. So how does one get involved then?
You just get involved.
Just
bro.
show up?
One thing for sure, like our door's always open, bro.
But
Like,
what do we do? Just show up? We don't background check?
show up.
Where's this at?
You get a different kind of background check with us.
Oh, okay.
Like, remember earlier we were discussing how small San Diego is?
Yeah.
It's only I will find out. We will find out who you are if we don't already know.
Okay.
And you already kind of cleared a little bit because I know where you rooted from. So that has a lot to say, too. And now I just got to tap into the Islander circle real quick. Hey, hold up. Bro. Okay. Oh, yeah, he good? Let's go. No time. Hey, last time that I checked,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it should be good. I mean, I don't think I fucked anybody over. I'm trying to think now. I'm like, shit.
No.
That's a different type of background check, son.
Well, hey, you did have that once part of
No, I ain't
your 20s where you was blacked out and you have no memory.
Yeah, I mean, but I didn't do anybody
But
wrong.
you can't be held accountable for that either.
a lot of our 20s was kind of blacked out.
Yeah.
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 It was a different time, man. You
Yeah.
forgive, right?
Why are you bringing up
Forgive,
old
forget.
stuff?
Hater.
So, all right. So, Paving Great Futures.
Yes, sir.
You got your programs. What other programs are you guys working on currently, as far as the future and you're moving forward?
Honestly, I think no new programs. What we've had in this past year, recently, we've had 2 new programs. One was called CEO, Cannabis Education Opportunity Program.
I saw that one. That one's dope.
We know.
I want to jump in that motherfucker.
You should. You should.
It's the green rush right now.
It's the green rush right now. And we've been, so myself, I did 3 years in the feds behind marijuana.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I know people that have struck out behind marijuana that are not getting home ever. You know what I mean? Life sentences, strikeout.
Yeah.
Behind that rooted in a marijuana case. Impacted hella by what's it called? The fight on drugs. You know, our communities. And now it's legal. And now rich,
crazy,
wealthy
right?
people, stock market, they're going to get super wealthy off of it. Stuff that's impacted us and harmed us and, you know, for years. And now a certain demographic is going to get rich off of it. And we're going to be, because of those felonies and stuff too, we can't get involved. You know what I mean? We can't even get in the industry. But
that's crazy.
This other side's going to get wealthy. Southeast, there's 4 licenses you can get for legal dispensaries in this area. Nobody I know is in position with the amount of money needed to even get that. So who's going to get those licenses? Yeah. Who's going to be, because the people in the community is going to go there because it's convenient. Right. And they're going to be soaking up resources. None of that's going to come back to helping programs, helping schools, improve our parks, our streets, things that could help us more. None of that's going to be coming back to that. And we're not willing to sit back and allow that to happen and just watch that go down.
It's almost
We'd
like,
be a fool.
It's almost like the result of a great plan. Like it was already laid out.
It was duh.
Yeah.
We're not stupid.
Yeah.
We've seen this play before. I've watched this movie before.
Yeah.
It's not
It's called Prohibition, motherfuckers.
This is not about smoking weed and just being high.
Yeah.
No, this is an industry that's not just about selling weed either. There's manufacturing, from seed to purchase. There's packaging, there's marketing, there's distribution, there's all these different sub-industries from this industry and careers and jobs that really the homies in the hood been perfecting. We're experts. We can pull out a resume on weed selling.
Yeah, you
right
take
now.
you take the local players out of the game,
Right.
and once they're out of the game, you bring in the
Right.
outsiders.
But
and they
we're the
take it over.
experts.
Yep.
I know how to package and sell. I know how to flip. I know how to do that. I've been doing it already since a kid. So why are you gonna not only you locked us up for it, now you locking us out of it?
Yeah.
So
Ooh,
no,
that's crazy.
No, thank you. Locked up and locked out.
Damn,
No,
I like that.
No, thank you. No, thank you. So, and I'm gonna say that with a straight face. And I don't need to smoke weed to know that this is an industry that could help, really, really help our communities if done right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called social justice. You know what I mean? Social equity.
Social equity.
Social equity.
I could see that, yeah.
And there's been this has happened in Oakland. They've had these social equity plans with the city with tax money going directly towards the inner cities and for people that was formerly involved, criminal justice involved, whatever, that had to do with marijuana to be able to get in.
Wait, so Oakland is doing that now?
Los Angeles has had this. They've been trials that they haven't been the best, but we can learn from them and create a good one, which is in the works right now with the city of San Diego. There will be a social equity plan. It's because people like us are pushing that line. But we're not going to close our eyes and just let this slide by us.
That's dope.
We can't.
No, I agree.
We can't.
So tell me more about that, because I feel like that's really interesting.
It is.
What? The social equity?
Yeah, social equity and
So
coming
these
down with San Diego.
these plans have been implemented.
Well, in San Diego, like what's happening now?
So currently, let me not speak on it because honestly, I'm not the best versed at this and the one directly involved. My other partners are. We could have a whole social equity show.
Yeah.
It's reality. It needs to be talked about. But it is something that the city of San Diego is looking at right now. There was recently a big federal grant and money that was coming in to for cities that had these social equity plans, and San Diego didn't, so we couldn't even apply for those federal funds.
Yeah.
But this is real life, and it's happening right now. This is bigger than the homie selling weed on the corner.
That's
You know what I
huge,
mean?
man.
And it's funding and finances that could really, like, we're looking at all these different options. This is a viable option that's right here.
Let me ask you a question. So when let's say
real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Rich. So just to let you know how big the audience is right now, we got Jose Coors checking in all the way from Bolivia right now.
What's happening, Bolivia? Shots out. I'm trying to
Oh, yeah.
visit.
So let me ask you a question though. Like, so when you okay, let's say this all comes out social equity.
Right.
How does those finance end up getting dispersed within the community?
So I'm gonna say this: like The whole plan hasn't been ironed out, and I'm willing to. We have enough brilliant minds to sit down and figure out. Okay, we have this amount of funds that's coming in through taxes, through however these people are fine that are operating in our community, and really just period because the cities and people have benefited off the backs of people going to jail for marijuana that's now legal for years. So money has been coming in. So we don't even have to just direct that just to the hood. There needs to be a plan in place where funding is coming in. If let's say, okay, forget it. Armand's way. If I had it my way, we would tax all of these operations. However it happened, there'll be some percentage, whatever's worked out, that came back to help impoverished communities to be able to develop, whether that's programming the money's going to, institutions, whatever it is that would help the poor communities benefit from that. That's some new funds. This hasn't always been. Can we? I'm just saying again. This is my way. I would take percentages funding from every operation, and they would come into the communities, and now can help us get social equity. You know what I mean? That's my way.
Okay, so and this is where I guess our conversation can kind of have fun. Social equity meaning like, because me personally, I would put money into the education system,
right?
Into
let's say a new education system. We were just talking. So Bell, we were at Bell together, and did you hear how I mentioned I love Bell now, and they have a bomb ass principal right now.
That's dope.
Thank God that has us in there and some more people in there. Bomb.
Once again, this is Bell's for those who are listening on the radio. This is a middle school here in San Diego, which is kind of like in our I don't want to say ghetto, but in our
it's an impoverished community.
Okay,
it's in a low income community.
Low income.
A lot of low income families, children
low
go
income,
to that school.
The middle class,
right?
Yeah,
and in our middle class in that area is low income. Right. This San Diego's expensive. It's hard. Yeah.
It's expensive as hell.
So what I'm saying is even that school I got straight F's and D's every year, every semester, and they passed me. The way this school system is now, there's some gems in there teacher wise, but overall the big picture, the school system is fucked up. Yeah. Okay? And it's not set up to make kids succeed. It's not teaching you financial literacy. It's not teaching you how to be a boss, how to be an owner. It's teaching you how to be a prisoner and an employee somewhere making minimum to continue this stuff. So I would not give to the unless I wish I understand teachers even are so low paid, right? One of the most important jobs in the world they should be paid. Yep. But we pay NFL players to run a ball back and forth millions of dollars a year, but the people that are in charge of raising the next generation that's going to run the world are paid crumbs. That makes no sense. No. And it's not your fault, it's not my fault, but how the current school system is set up, it is set up for your kids to fail. So if any money comes in, I would put money. Once again, I'm back on what I would do. I'm not saying that's what the right thing is. This is my opinion. I would create a new school. This system ain't broken. It's working exactly the way it's supposed to. The way it was set up to. The system's not wrong. This shit need to be erased and set back up. Brand new.
I agree with you. I think I agree with you to a certain extent. So right. I mean, once again, we're examples of the San Diego Unified School District, right? And the weird thing, right, is that me and you graduated from Morse,
right?
And I would say that we're what you would consider successful, coming from our area.
Yeah.
Right. But I had a boy.
But how many of the homies is not successful?
Oh, plenty.
So we're an exception to the rule.
Right.
We happen to make it out. So
right.
I can't speak on me and what enabled me to make it out when my homies is dead. My homies, our peer group went to jail. They didn't make it out. We're exceptions.
Yeah.
So I can't speak on me as an individual, knowing that I got homies in the fucking grave right now behind a broken ass, fucked up ass school system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then my kids are going through that same school system.
So what you do is, as a parent, bro, is because we really you don't have too many choices. Where am I going to send my son? Then?
Right.
Am I going to homeschool him?
So here, let me tell you this. So this is what I did, and this is what I feel like. Well, maybe I don't feel like that should have been a continuing thing. I got involved in my son's elementary. I said, "What do you guys need? What can I do? What can I provide?" I'm lucky enough where I work for the
the government, so I can take time off because I've put a lot of years into the government. I get a lot of time off, and really, like you said, we didn't have no dads, so I just said, fuck it, I'll just quit my job. If it worse comes to worse, I'll quit my job. I'll be here for my kids.
Right.
I'm gonna be here for them. What do they need? Because I can see the difference when you have parents there in those environments, right? Once again, so you move on to middle school. But what I'm going to do in middle school? Middle school sucks. Here, middle school, their whole attitude changes. And you ain't talking about no elementary kids. You're talking about some, like, motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
Yeah.
I was one of them.
yeah. And you know what I mean? Like, them motherfuckers.
Right.
And then it goes into high school. I remember us going here, and my personal best friend went to UC. Now remember, UC was the shit at that time.
That was the good school.
That was school, but you had to get bussed out,
You get bust out
Fuck
there.
Yeah.
UC, I'll tell you right now.
right?
UC.
So you had to get bussed out. You had to get bussed out,
Right.
at like 5:30 in the morning.
But if
From-
you went, you were lucky.
Yeah, and
I remember.
then you had to put your name on a list for that shit. But you could tell the difference between the education system, between me and my best friend.
Yeah.
You could tell a huge fucking difference. But they're San Diego Unified.
Right. So it should be the same,
It
right?
should be the goddamn fucking same.
For no matter where you're at, the schooling should be the same for each kid.
But it wasn't.
Because of the community that school's in.
100%.
Pretty much
So,
affluent,
right.
money
upper
wise.
middle class,
Yep, upper middle
East
class.
La Jolla,
Yep.
they call
Yeah.
it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went to
Mission
that school.
Bay.
Right. Mission Bay.
At one point was a fucking prominent school, man.
Bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
So why so just break this shit down, nitty gritty. Why the fuck is it different to go to a different school and you're in the same grade level?
Right.
Who is setting that up? Why can't I get the same education south of the 8 that they're getting north of the 8?
Yeah. Right. And
Why
this-
can't I
and the-
have the same opportunities and resources brought to me in front of me? Of course I'm a gangbanger. Of course I'm selling dope. Of course I'm pimping. Look what you gave me for an option.
Yep.
And I didn't bring this myself. It's not my fault. Now, as you get older and the decisions you make is on you as a man, but I started off with a broken foot.
Right.
That's how my life started, bro.
That's the race. You start that
Yeah.
race with that broken
That's
foot.
how I
And
started.
so the reason why Armand's on here is because he's helping our community build into the next, basically giving everyone a pedestal, trying to, and that's what we're trying to do here with the Rencha, which I run with my wife, which we try to do here also in the ParBar is kind of give you leaders who are behind you, and the one thing is that if you're watching or listening, I implore you to do the same in your community. I mean, there's hard shit out there. I understand that.
Right.
I think we all understand that. It's just
and bro, know that I'm Armand, and people are giving me like a boosted name, but I'm not fucking special, bro. I'm not intellectually special. I can't talk that
Oh, yeah.
good.
I
I got
mean,
homies that talk
dude,
way better
like-
than
like, no,
me.
even
I'm an average mother.
yeah.
Right.
Like
we
we
can
have
all do this.
Yeah, we had this radio show based on that we just talked and drank around the conversation.
Right.
But it was an in-depth conversation. When you have kids and when you start having people who follow you, you have a responsibility back to them.
Right.
And I was like, why isn't this on the radio? Why can't I find anything on the radio that pertains to what I want to hear?
That part.
And so this is why we started this
You didn't wait for
radio
that,
show.
You created it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But Armand, give us a little bit more about Paving Great Futures and where people can find you guys. I mean, we don't have much more time. We have like 13 minutes, but
Okay, that's what's up. So Paving Great Futures, we're on all social media platform. If you know us, you know we wear the brightest color known to man. It's called Safety Green. We've renamed it Beam Green. If you say you can't find us, you's a lie.
that's what you said, B.
Snapchat, Instagram, well, you name it, we there. We on there, and we got the brightest color, and we try to stand out for the purpose of if somebody needs some help, we don't want to be where are they. We want you to be able to find us.
Yeah.
You know, when we came into this, people would tell us, man, there was this group when you were growing up. There was that group growing up. Because I was like, where were you? Where was the older friends? You know, and nothing against them, but I didn't know these groups existed, and we had help out there. I didn't know. So I don't know where the fault came in. I don't know where the gap is, but we're trying to close that gap because I don't need this next generation not to know they have help out here.
That's what I'm saying.
You want to be out there,
Hey,
interface, let them know
and
what's
that's
up.
the thing is
We're right here, bro.
Yep.
We're here. You need that?
We're here just
We're
like
here.
the 2-story McDonald's, like the Barrel Taco Shop.
That
We're
part.
right Here.
like the four corners of life.
There you go.
So where do you guys have office?
Right down the street from here
Where's the office location?
in Lemon Grove.
Address?
Discreet.
Oh, that! Yeah, that!
Yeah.
Yeah, that!
I'm just a hustler.
No, we got to make sure we could vet you before you can come into the office.
Hey, hit us on the Facebook. Hit us on the Instagram.
What about
We'll lead
what about
you
the
in.
culinary stuff? Are you guys still doing the
So
culinary?
yeah, we do. That's our entrepreneur training program. We use the culinary hospitality industry as a Trojan horse to mentor individuals.
There you go.
You guys have a kitchen?
We currently are partnered up with Bayview Baptist Church, one of the most amazing community-oriented churches I've ever seen in my life.
Where's that one at?
Right, around the corner from here too, right there on Benson Avenue. That's where we hold our
Oh yeah,
classes.
right on
at,
Benson.
right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right, it's actually now currently called Pastor Timothy Winters Drive, I believe. But yeah, old school Benson. Right
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
That's
I know
where we
what
have
you're
our kitchen. We do catering. If anybody out there needs catering, we do that. That helps
What?
keep our doors open. We give jobs to the people going through our program. They're able to work, earn a living,
Learn something.
get a skill.
I think I might have an event for you guys to cater.
Well, that's what we do. You name it, we can do it.
Yeah.
I'm a chef. That's what for fun, I chef. I've been doing this since I was a little kid.
That's what I'm talking about.
Just opened a restaurant in Vegas. If you're in Vegas, go to Catcher's Fish
No,
House.
you didn't. Did you
Yeah.
open? We're going up there on
Me
August
and my
3rd.
partner- Come on. I'm going to go with you.
All right.
Let's go.
I'm out there every 2 weeks.
So we're going up there for Guam Liberation.
Shout out
So-
to Sly Stunner.
Oh, we about to go eat some food.
Go
What's
get
what's the
it.
food type?
It's fish, man. Fried fish,
There we go.
chicken, Nashville hot chicken sandwiches. Man, we got soft shell crab sandwiches.
Nah.
We got a bomb ass batter. This is all rooted in San Diego, but we brought it out there, bro. It's ridiculous.
Dude.
The food is.
We about to go there.
Yes, sir.
Homie.
We're gonna get our
Yeah,
grub
so we go.
on.
We actually
Dope,
like
bro.
our whole group. So we're pretty much like 120 of us.
Hey,
Yes.
come.
Plus parents and family.
Man, y'all ain't ready.
Oh.
We ready. We ready.
Y'all
for you.
better make sure y'all ready.
You already know.
Y'all
man.
my
Come on.
island. Y'all my Islander bros. I know y'all know about that seafood. Let's get it. Hey, what's up? Hey, come on, man. Let's make
All right.
it
So
happen.
before we get out of here, because what time we at? What time we at? Mark.
8:35.
Tell me a little bit about the financial classes you guys have.
Okay, so okay,
Because I think Jay's running that, right?
he is. That's Jay, the money mentor. That is the financial guru. He is the CFO of Paving Great Futures. But a lot of us get into trouble growing up because
He's CFO?
for the pursuit of money. Yeah, he's the
Okay.
CFO. He's
That's
the
crazy.
finance man.
That's crazy.
If you need any insurance, he does.
But it's not that crazy.
It's not that crazy.
Right.
Transferable skills. He's
you go.
always been the finance man.
You're right. Like, how we
just had-
flipping this,
He
son?
just had to change the lane. See, one financial lane might have lent you, ended you up.
And some of that.
You feel me?
Yeah, that.
We learn by our mistakes, and we just put on a tie, and then we call
Bro.
it something different.
You put on a tie, and also you change your title. Also, it's all good.
On my life. So if you're old enough, if you made it through the struggle, realize the shit that you went through the struggle is not. It's not dead. It's not. It was not just wasted time. Take those skills, take that energy, and transfer that to the positive world.
know
And
what?
you're gonna win,
And
homie.
you just said something right now.
Okay, look, well, let's not. Look, okay, good. Let me finish yours,
Okay,
and then
go
I want to.
So, real quick, you just mentioned it, the struggle. Real quick, describe that.
Just going through it, man. Like we wasn't raised in an upper middle class neighborhood. You wasn't raised in a middle class neighborhood. You wasn't raised where you didn't have to worry about your lights, your rent. You know what I mean?
Right.
You had, now I wouldn't even say just a 2-parent household. Like you just wasn't raised. You was raised poor, bro.
Right.
Straight up, that's a struggle. When there's people that wasn't raised with shit. There's people that was raised with shit. Which
Right.
one was you? The struggle, the okay.
And you saw the difference growing up.
And
too.
then
You can see
even
that.
with this level, there's different types of struggles. I'm
Right.
speaking about the struggles of the inner city, the struggles of minorities, the shit that's going on. That's a struggle.
right.
Society, period.
Yeah.
But we all going through struggles. Even rich people are going through struggles. They killing
Right.
themselves too.
Yep.
Right. Because mentally they can't take it.
So it's so as humans we go through struggles.
Right.
To get here, it was a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
You would in triple darkness against millions of other sperm to get to this egg traveling upstream, and you're the one that made it. You were born in struggle. All of us went through that path.
Mm-hmm.
So what makes you think the rest of this shit gonna be easy? And that's how you started life. Life is a struggle.
There you go.
What? I was trying to ask him something, but that fucked me up.
Talking about the financial.
No, it was something else.
I don't know.
Shit.
Watch
Okay,
your
so
mouth.
but tell me a little bit more about Jay's thing though. So
Jay
so what
heads
is he
up our
teaching?
finance.
Yeah.
He teaches finances, and he recognized that, you know what I mean, it's not about how much money you make, it's how much you save, how much you invest, and actually building the finances of the community. Because a lot of the problems that we get into are based off of trying to get money. We are born in poverty. We're creative. We're great people. And we go after it the wrong way because we don't know the right way. So he is teaching people the correct way and how to get money, how to invest your money, how to get into stocks. He's teaching the kids at Bell.
See, that's the thing too, man.
Financial literacy.
Investments, bro. Like people don't know about investment, and at least in our our culture.
And
in
how
our hood.
can we know if no one taught us?
Exactly.
So we're just filling it once again with the finances, filling in those gaps.
So
And
what-
no one taught us about money.
So how did Jay learn about investments?
Shit,
though?
we've been investing. My bro been investing. Like, how else do you learn? Nah. But we all, his GPS had a destination, and he went through the path of that GPS. He owned businesses.
Man, I would
He
love to
trial and
click
error,
with that
and
dude.
The interest happened there.
Yeah.
Well, click, clack, right there. You know what I mean? We gonna make it happen.
Hey.
Our office.
Hey,
is
let's
right
have a
down the
part
street.
2 of this.
No, we gonna have a part 2. We're gonna talk about money and all kind of stuff. CEO program. We'll
Yeah.
go more in depth because
I'm
he's
down.
the man on that too.
Yeah.
But we're right down the street from you, and you just said that you was pulling up.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see you again, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
said you was pulling up.
I
and
am.
I'm keeping the sea warm for you.
Oh
friend.
yeah. No,
Let's
I want to.
And him right there. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
hey, I
So
better
Bobo's
see
been on the
him,
show
bro.
too. He's been hanging
I
out.
better see him. Nah, but he ain't said nothing, but he said a whole lot.
Yes.
I don't need him to open his mouth. His brain taught me a whole lot in this whole session. I'm watching him.
Yeah.
You got a young soldier right here, man.
Oh, I know.
How old are you,
Oh, I
bro?
know it.
Almost 21.
So you's a baby, homie, and not a baby in a belittling way. You're a baby in the fact that you got so much life ahead of you, homie. You been almost 21.
Yo, Fulcrum, man, isn't even grown yet.
I was going into the feds at 21. You feel me?
Yeah.
Had 3 different states locked down. I'm sitting. I got a Fed charge for conspiracy and to distribute marijuana. I made over $250,000 in 6 months at 21. So 21 don't mean you young, bro. You just need the right guidance and get around the right people.
That's
bro.
it right there.
Because I see your energy and you're dope, homie, and you gonna make it happen, bro. So you just stay positive. You stay around these good dudes, and it's over with. You don't have to go through the bullshit like we had to. You do not have to. It's
paid.
So I'm 37 and still young and having fun. That's 17 years from where you're at right now. That's almost 20 years. You got 2 decades to make your shit pop right now. You got an advancement to what I had, because I didn't have no young homie sitting older homie across from me telling me what I'm telling you right now. So you avoid the obstacles and you make this happen, because you got to, bro. You ain't got no kids yet. You're a superhero right now.
Right
bro.
now.
You start right now, bro.
I agree.
In 17 years, you can be a millionaire, homie, and help your community.
I think started from his sons. His sons is what pushed me. Took me off everything else.
Yeah.
Just changed my life, I guess.
And that's it. As long as you have that heart to know, understand that there's a future beyond you. I mean, you're still young. I mean, and like I told you, man, I would hate for my kids to look up to him, and so I would hate for them to look up to him one day, and then he has to look at them with sad eyes. You know what I mean?
You heard how I was telling him earlier about, like, he's dad right now. So they're looking up to him as dad.
Yeah.
But as he gets older and they get older, right now they're soaking up everything for him. But there's going to become a point where they're not going to listen to him as much.
They're gonna listen to you.
They're going to listen to you.
He told me that same thing.
So okay, so I don't even know he had that conversation with you. So that just coming right back around. That's fate. That's universe coming right back at you.
Yes, sir.
So you not only have a responsibility, you have a duty on your shoulder. Because those kids, multiply them. There's more kids out there waiting for you.
Exactly.
And we need you, bro. Okay?
And
We
what-
need to change this bullshit around, homie. I don't even know your background, but I know you ain't had the best of shit. Okay? I don't need to know. I know. So you have a duty on your shoulders right now, because we're going to change this around for the future use, homie.
Well, with that being said, man, we want to thank Armand King from Paving Great Futures.
Beaming.
What's happening?
What's happening?
Beaming.
Beamer.
That color, son.
I didn't know I even had this. I'd have been sipping this bud. Listen, you feel
With
me?
that being said, man, we want to appreciate you coming out. Once again, if you're looking for them on Facebook, Instagram, it's Paving Great Futures. They have an event coming up this weekend at the Four Corners of Life. It's been renamed. It's here in San Diego, California. And man, Armand, I want to appreciate you coming on. I thank you, man, and all you guys over there at your organization, man.
Bing.
Yeah. With that being said, we out of here. Estelators,
Shoots.
Hey.
Okay. Let me see. Make sure we're off.
I don't care.
Wait, we're not off yet.
Hey. Bing.
There we are.
Hey.
All right, now we're off. All right.
This is our after.
Last